Hey guys, David Patrick Green here, hackhollywood.com, hackbollywood.com. Got a great video for you guys today, questioning your sanity and comparing your sanity to coronavirus. Before I get started, please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications, and if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, put them in the comment section below. So, the question I would like to pose to you today is, are you insane? Are you stupid? Are you like the coronavirus? The coronavirus is, currently taking over the world, locking down countries, etc. And yet, despite its incredible success, it's actually very stupid. And why is that? Because it keeps killing itself. It kills itself because it only has one way of thinking, and that is infect, multiply, and then whatever happens, happens, right? If it multiplies too much and the host is too weak, then the host dies. And guess what happens? The virus dies with it, right? So that is not a great strategy for long-term success. Well, maybe if you look at the whole, virus as a whole, maybe it does go on. I don't know, but I think eventually it's going to wear itself out and we will build up immunity and it'll go away. That's kind of like a lot of actors, right? What do? They do the same thing over and over and over until they die or their career dies. It dries up on the vine, right? What do? They do these basic standard things that somebody else told them to do. Okay, how do I become an actor? Half of them don't even bother with acting classes, but let's say, you take acting classes, then they tell you to get a headshot, then you try to get an agent, then you try to submit yourself online, try to join the union, and most actors give up long before they ever accomplish any professional acting roles. In fact, I went to 3 or 4 different acting schools, studied with thousands of different actors, and out of all of them, I'm one of maybe a handful who ever even booked a professional role, let alone, recurred on 6 TV series and, appeared in gigantic blockbuster Hollywood movies. So clearly what most people think you should do is not what you should do, but what doesn't make sense even more to me is that people don't adapt to the results that they're getting, okay? So this is where we'll see how smart coronavirus turns out to be. Can it mutate? Can it change what it does when it's faced with destruction, when it's faced with vaccines and antibodies from human beings attacking it? We'll see how smart and adaptable it is. But if you want to have long-term success, you better become smart and adaptable. You better start thinking for yourself, or you are going to wither and die on the vine, okay? Your acting career is going to wither and die on the vine. You're not going to make any impressions on any of the people you need to make an impression on because you're not really trying. You're just going through the motions. You're like a blind, sort of dumb coronavirus, and you're not adapting to the situation as it changes, okay? So super, super important for you to do things regardless of what they are, okay? If you want to take anybody else's advice, fine, try it. But after you have done the same thing, let's say a dozen times, and you don't get any results whatsoever, no results, okay? If you get a hint of a result, fine, try it a little more, maybe make some adaptations. But if that method doesn't work in the long run, if things really aren't changing for you, then you need to change what you are doing, because you are now the problem, right? You become the author of your own destruction. So I just suggest whatever it is you choose to do, first of all, think of it for yourself. Ask yourself, if you were an alien and you came down to the planet Earth and you said, I'd like to have an acting career, what seems like the logical thing to do? And just do those things instead of going, excuse me, Mr. Casting Director, tell me what to do. If you just tell me, then I'll do it. Doesn't work. They don't know who you are. They don't know anything about you. So how could they possibly tell you what to do? Figure it out for yourself. Doesn't matter if you're wrong, because if you just keep doing that, thinking for yourself, then you will make changes that also fit who you are, and you will keep getting different results. And your results, hopefully they get better. They could even get worse in the short term, but you might have a curve like this, okay? So you're going along like this, you try something and things aren't working, right? So your prospects are decreasing. Then you make changes and it starts to go up again. And it goes up, and there may be a little dip if you make the wrong change, but if you go back and figure out what changes you should have made, then it starts to go up, right? And the more you change and react to those dips and, when things are going well, then double down your efforts, okay? This is the other big thing is a lot of people, when they get a sign of success, what do? They coast. They pat themselves on the back. And I am so guilty of this, okay? When things are going well, I'm like, oh, what a relief, it's going well, now I can stop. No, when things are going well, that's when you do 10 times as much effort. That's when the world is telling you you're doing the right thing, so do more of it. Okay, guys, so that's all I got for you now. Are you as dumb and crazy, insane as coronavirus? Meaning, are you just doing the same things over and over again, regardless of the results, and you're not making changes? And you start off with a bad premise, which is, I'm not going to figure this out for myself. I'm going to ask somebody else what I should do, and they will tell me what to do. That can't possibly work because no one else is you, okay? Only you know what makes sense for you. You got to try it out. And I'm not talking about, oh, well, I'm scared to do certain things. No, I'm not talking about what you're scared of. I'm talking about what do you think might work. And even if it scares you, in fact, especially if it scares you, you should do it, because your fear is an indication that you might be doing something that's going to change your life. Like, this may change things. It may make it worse, or it may make it better. Because if you thought of it because it might work. But the fact that you're scared to do it doesn't change the fact that it might work. And your fear is just saying, I don't want to find out. What if this does work and I actually have the life I dreamt of? I don't know if I can handle that. That is a huge issue, and you need to just try these things regardless of what you think is going to happen, because if you do, you're going to see, oh my gosh, anything is really possible if I only put in the effort. And I think for myself and I act on my own behalf and forget about what everybody else thinks, especially people like casting directors and producers and directors and anybody else. Don't do things based on what you think they might do or what you heard one of them say. Forget them. It's all about you, babies. Okay, there must be an emergency, so I'm gonna go and see if I can put out that fire, as I have done a few times. I will talk to you soon.